Attention.
Safe? Hello, San Marcos. This is the weekly Lady Bug-Out Report, San Marcos News Live, where we will discuss ways that you can prepare you and yourself and your family for urban and natural disasters. Lock it in live, San Marcos. San Marcos' own weekly news report, Lady Bug-Out series. Lock it in live, San Marcos. Sister Survival Disaster Preparation, Lady Bug-Out. We're here today with Steven. He's going to talk a little bit today about fire tools that you can put into your urban survival kit and different methods for creating a fire when you're out in a wilderness situation.
Cool. Today I've got with me a few tools that we're not going to actually make like a full-fledged fire in this video. I'm just kind of showing you useful equipment to have when you're ready to make one. And that's going to include your fire starter and your tinder, which are two of the most important ones because it just makes things a lot easier instead of having to do the primitive methods like fire bow and all those that you see Bear Grylls on like the Survival Channel or Discovery doing on his survival shows. Like, this is a lot easier. So some of the products we're going to show today are one of them is a Swedish Firesteel, and it's made by the Light My Fire company. And this particular one is the Army model. It's just a really thick composite metal rod, and it makes sparks like we've seen in some of the other videos by striking, you know, the face. And we'll see another one by a company called, or the product's called the Blast Match, and I forget who makes it. I lose my memory at the moment, but we'll probably put it in the captions. And it's a one-handed fire starter. It's pretty cool. You can light it, you know, just from your hand, you know, assuming this one's wounded or whatever, and you can generate sparks. You can also, you know, hit the ground with it. I guess that's deep enough, so that's not work. Let's say it's size metal. You know, you can generate sparks one-handed, which is pretty cool trick. And on my keychain, you'll see the one that we were alluding to in the water filtration video. This is the Scout, and this is the same Firesteel as the Light My Fire Army model. It's just a little thinner. This one advertises 13,000 strikes, the Army model. The Scout model advertises 3,000. So if you want one always on you, the Scout's pretty sweet for that. But for the Army model, it makes really nice shower sparks. And okay, so that kind of covers the tools that we'll be showing you. But more importantly than that is, alright, if I can make a spark wet or dry, what can I use as tinder that's going to be really cheap, really easy, and really effective? And some of the ones that we found just playing around has been, these are a penny a piece. Like, we got a box of 100 of these, and it's just a general HEB brand alcohol prep pad, 70% isopropyl alcohol. So alcohol, being highly flammable, does exactly what you would imagine it would do, and we'll show you that in a moment here. But before we get to that, I kind of want to show you my personal all-time favorite wet or dry fire starter. And it's going to require me donning a glove here just because the process gets kind of messy. But it's not really too difficult, which is the good news. So you have your latex glove, your cheapo, it doesn't matter if you get brand name or not, just make sure it's 100%, you know, white petrolatum jelly, as advertised on the directions back there. And what we'll do is, I've got a baggie of dryer lint, and I've just been collecting this, as have my roommates, from our dryer cycles, because it is highly flammable and free. And those things are really good words to my Boy Scout vocabulary and mind. You know, flammable and free are great. So we're going to dip it in the petroleum jelly. And it's going to come apart initially, but we'll be forming it with our hand and trying to get it back to the original shape. But the idea is to get a lot of this jelly on there so that the drier lint will now become coated much like the Gulf of Mexico in a heavy layer of oil. So we'll get it kind of going here, and it'll start to take shape in a minute. It'll be a little more compact than we showed you before the shot. It'll end up looking something like this. So we got one of these. You'll keep it in a Ziploc bag after you coated it, and that way it'll stay, you know, covered with the solution without getting all your stuff messy and yet staying water resistant. And so we'll put it in this little divot right here, and that's number one. We'll go and make another one because we're going to demonstrate some of the Firesteels, so we'll get lots of flammable stuff going here. It'll be a good time. Just kind of repeat the process. Again, just, you know, dipping it, rolling it, molding it. don't plan on using this petroleum jelly for anything else but fire starting, because you will get, you know, lots of gunk in it. And that's just, you know, how it's going to be. There we go. And so put that right there. And 2 ought to be good enough. So we can demonstrate both the products, and then we'll demonstrate them on the prep pads just to show you how that works. But first, so you got this fire starter ready, and now you've got your fire starter. And these things couldn't be any more simple to use, at least the two-handed version. You just get your label up and get it on the bar. And the trick is to use this hand to guide your sparks. You want to throw it at your target. And our target right here is this thing of petroleum jelly and dryer lint. So we'll place it below, because we're throwing the sparks forward. And see if we can get the fire going. And third time is a charm. And initially it's the dryer lint, but you'll really see when the petroleum jelly starts to light, because the flame will take a black smoky tint around it, and that's how you'll know you've moved from dryer lint to chemical.
That's great. What a neat technique.
And that's, you know, Firesteel. Alright, so now we got this fire going, this little petroleum jelly fire in. As you see, if I blow on it, hard to blow it out. So you got a wind resistant thing going there, and if I thought to bring some water, we would have seen how water resistant, but point being that your normal tinder you would find in nature, you know, shaving this down to a fine sparkable size, you know, it would get blown out a lot easier. But now I can start, you know, building my fire if I really wanted to, and turning that into something useful. But I'm going to put it out because we're going to demonstrate, you know, the blast match now. So now we've got our other petroleum jelly non-sparked one, and we'll just show you how easy it is to use the blast match, just hovering over what we want to burn. That was the first time. So the blast match is even more simple than the Firesteel, you know, and it does cost a bit more. These run about, I think, $20–25 depending where you get it from, and fold up into a nice compact package like that. And these run about $15, and the Scouts run about $9. So all of them accomplish the same thing. They're going to get you a fire started if you have the right, you know, kindling, the right tinder, and take the right preparations.
All right.
And then we can show you the alcohol prep pads as far as the beautiful, because these are already wrapped, so you got a certain degree of water resistance right there. And once we get it open, let's put it right here on the concrete and show you the blast match, other fun feature. It's just, yeah, there it goes.
That was quick.
Yeah, just shower, and then it hits the alcohol and it's ignited.
Wow. One little cotton ball